upgrade yourself. Not your shoes or your pants or your underwear or your top. Upgrade yourself.
Trying your utmost best in most situations to always get yourself out of your comfort zone. You tend to realize when you are set on getting a certain result, your mind can be so distracted at times that you are not aware of its importance and also what you focus in. As the journey continues further in the concrete jungle, you tend to admire and also, like I said, value shared experience. And seeing that we find ourselves in the positions that we do, we have to acknowledge the presence that we do find ourselves in. Sorry if I'm patting a bit. It's called excitement. And I remember at one point I used to be so scared and be in this state of what if I just mess up? And I find that when you start to interpret you being nervous to something called excitement, your mind shifts on focusing on what is best and what you can do. The reason why I am saying that is because I give kudos to a teacher who played a very usual and she was very impactful in the way in which I saw the world. She really fundamented the part where I needed to value in cementing myself and also value everything that's around me, because I cannot be able to sustain whatever I'm trying to sustain if I'm not aware of the environment it is in. So for her to give me the kind of confidence that she did, and for me to say that I can stand in front of people and project my ideas, is a seed in which she planted, and up until today I've dedicated myself to continuing this way. Without me rambling too much, I also have a young mind in my presence. I call him by the name of Buhle. It is important for us to excel in every point and also identify people that we see a part of ourselves in. This is a very exceptional, young, dedicated and very intelligent man. I think his view in terms of what he has seen in life is a view in which a lot of our people are not mindful of, because we choose to be ignorant instead of being open-minded. So when you start to open yourself up, you start to understand that everyone around you has something to teach you. Everyone is going through something. So I just don't want to take away all the initiative and say that I got here on my own. But when I met him, I kind of had mixed feelings about what am I going to be getting here. But when you are a compassionate person and you understand that you must take time and spend time with the person and live through certain experiences in order for you to know them, because some of us are not being given a chance to express who we fully are. We are always expected to fit in certain kind of ways. And he kind of assured me, but it's okay for you to stick to who you are in an indirect way. And I think this is part of the reason why our relationship has been quite so valuable. So without taking me the initiative away from you, can you just give me a brief of who you are and what you're all about, brother? I am deeply inspired by you.
Yeah, thank you, man. I'm Buhle Xorana, 21 years old, sir. And what I can give to the world, is shyness, man. Don't be scared who you are. Don't be scared to be who you are, man, because you can miss out on a lot if you're not aware of who you are and things you can do.
Thank you very much for that, bruh. The first thing I'd firstly like to reflect on is there's a story which you told me. First of all, Buhle didn't grow up in the hood like I did. I think he also emphasized the importance of me acknowledging the fact that there are other people who are going through other situations, even though they might be black. But like to remove the stigma, when Buhle came around, he comes into the hood and he is mostly English speaking most of the time, and it somehow seems like there's a language barrier, but there is nothing we can take away from the fact that he didn't also see that as a barrier, because at the end of the day he felt like he was part of the community I was in. But the main initiative and the first thing I'd like to give kudos to him for is the fact that he stuck to his guns. He knew what he would get from certain people. So when you are a young person and you have been equipped with so much advantage, because I just want to take the stigma away. People think when you come from a good home and you have these parents who are doing all these kind of things, you see, they are disacknowledging the fact that there are certain things that you are also struggling, you're going through. There are certain things you're also lacking.
Life's good.
Exactly. So can you enlighten me about those kind of stigmas that people need to remove themselves from? Because at the end of the day, we are all fighting one fight.
That is true. So, in this world that we get in, everyone is facing problems. Everyone is going through a fight. I can talk in many ways, but the most ways people like thinking about is money. You feel? So like everyone, you see a guy driving in a nice car, you think that he will have a lot of money. He's not facing any problems. But then when you go to his bank statements and all that stuff, you see that no man, this guy is in debt. He is in debt, heavy debt. He can't come back from anything. But when he's walking on the streets, he's got the nice pair of shoes, all that stuff.
And it finds that when in most situations, a lot of people don't even bother getting into the nitty-gritty. So the reason why I did my utmost best to attach myself to you is the fact that I didn't want to put up a facade, like a face, or in some kind of way, because I had to acknowledge the background that I came from. But I had to also be compassionate enough as a person to see right through your family situation and be like, there's something I can learn from this dude, and there's something always that we can have to offer to another person. It doesn't matter whether we grew up with them, but when you individually, as a person like I did, you make certain decisions that are going to benefit you, and you understand that certain people can't be part of this rebuilding phase. So talk me about how you were introduced to the importance of money, and then you can further delve into forex, financial literacy, which is a very, very important issue amongst us as black people. And it is an issue that if fundamentally from a young age we can drill it into our young people, that now we live in a different society where money is made in a different way. And the advantages we have as young people is that we are quick to learn all these things and also monetize them in the process. So talk me through about how the importance of what you learned about money and how it's attached to changing the view of how we see money as people, and also the importance of it changing generational curses.
Money is important, but it's the way you spend your money. That's the most important. The way you spend it. You said like there is ways of getting money in the forex industry. I think that's another way of us as black people from having this bad past and as growing up into like poverty. We call it downloading money.
Internet money.
Yeah, internet money, cryptocurrency, all these things. I think that people that are poor, let me not say black people, but people that are struggling should be in and should be learning all these downloading money, internet money type of things, because that is another way of getting money.
Okay, another importance I'd like to emphasize on is the fact that there's a lot of skepticism. Just think about the psychology of a black person, because I'm advocating for my people now. It's about what am I going to leave for the generation that is behind me now.
Now we have to leave knowledge.
Exactly.
Knowledge. We have to leave knowledge.
How can we place ourselves in a position where we can unlock this? Like I said in one of my episodes, is that we talk about human libraries. They are basically people who are sitting with informations that can literally unlock our future.
That's true.
And you are sitting with information that can unlock our future. That's why I'm saying not every one of us has to take this risk. There are those who are in this because they know of the impact that it's going to leave for future generations. There are risks that you guys are taking, and that's why I admire you so much. You guys are taking risks so that once it becomes mainstream, because it's exactly what I hear every time I tune into any news source. And I'm a person who is very, very dedicated to delving myself in YouTube and all these media platforms, and the importance of how culture is changing, how money is made. And you need to know exactly, you need to know what's happening around you in order for you to plan and also adapt to it.
But I have one for our people. One message is fun. There's always time for fun.
Exactly.
There will always be time for fun. You have to focus on what's around you.
Our youth needs to be used to our best advantage. But
you have to focus on yourself and focus on what's around you. Focus on your family too, because family is also important. Family is the motivation. Family is the biggest. It is actually my biggest motivation. The reason why I'm doing this is for me, my family right now, and my future family that's coming, and my future families. I don't want, like I said, us to have this mentality of having fun every weekend, because that's where the money goes to. Then the next Monday you want to wake up, I don't have food at home, I don't have this, I don't have that. But with that money that you spent over the weekend, you could have had all of that, saved it, wait till the next payday, you have more money. You can do something greater with the money. You can build a business. There's plenty of business opportunities that someone can. People are blocked into this having fun all the time. But yeah, I say fun, drinking, having fun is for rich people. That's what I say. If you have fun every weekend, you are very rich.
What are you celebrating?
You are exactly. You
My
are.
friend always used to ask me.
You are very
sorry
rich.
just to cut you off just a bit. My friend always used to ask me if I'm constantly trying to go out, what am I celebrating?
Yes.
And I kind of had to be around the wrong company in order for me to know, but there's nothing I am gaining out of this situation that I'm finding myself in. And it was very hard for me to convince myself to do that, because it was like uzkupa out of society, evicting yourself out of the norms. And you understand, but it's not just about the decision I made for that moment. It was also about the new decisions that I had to make in order to make the new person that I was. So I had people that had been in my life so much during Ikesha that I was struggling with, but I couldn't be courageous enough to go to them and saying, hey dude, our friendship is having this kind of strain on me, and I'm trying to be a more self-aware person. I'm trying to place emphasis on anything that I do and its importance. So can you like clarify where you at, because I want to take things forward, and I'm always basing things on action. And I always want to unlock new territories, and I don't want people who are going to always come with this constant mindset of what happens if this, what happens this, because we let fear rule. Exactly. Fear. And we give ourselves excuse, but that's why I'm staying in this box because I fear ilendo ayizwenzeka.
Don't be shy.
Exactly. Which I'm going back to that thing. I'm saying the reason why I'm saying it's okay for abanye abantu not to take risks, but I'm saying do avail yourself to this knowledge so that now you don't get to be caught in these schemes and all these kind of things. So we come to the match prepared.
You know what's right.
Hence how important it is for us to also, as we live, to unlock, okay, this is how the wave is going. We cannot disacknowledge by izinto zenze kanjani. But Buhle, when you are more focused on the excuse is gonna drive you. But if action, you are more focused on your, because more of the action breeds more action, same as more of the excuse brings more excuse.
Excuses.
So whatever you seek is seeking you. Importance here, relationship is very important, and you currently showed me that. So another factor that I'd really like to touch on is also this importance of compassion. How we need to kind of understand, but other people are not going through what we're also going through.
Don't judge.
How about we try putting ourselves in other people's shoes? And Yazi, in the past, it felt like when you outgrow certain people, it feels like you're leaving them behind, and a part of you has guilt, but a part of you is also relieved, because at the end of the day, if you don't make those cutthroat decisions, then you're going to be sitting in the same prison that you made for yourself.
You're going to be stuck one place. You have to move. You've been there, you've loved that person, you still love that person, but you have to move forward. And also, like, judging a book by its cover, like I say, I came from the suburbs, the whitest place of all places. I could have been a different person staying at home being like, man, stay in cooks, look at these people, man, they're all broken. I have nothing to learn here, man. I'm smarter than all these people. That I realize that's not the right attitude. You can be the richest person, but you can still learn something from the poorest person, because you both have different experiences. You can be the richest person, I still have the same problem as the poorest person, but that's two big difference, but you guys can still have the same problem. That's how, like, this world, man. It's funny. It plays with people's minds and emotions. That's why, like, one of mine, like, don't judge a book by its cover a lot. So that's why, like, I'm also outside now. I'm learning from people, that also came from the bottom. People that, like, Takeo, for example, stays here in West that has his own franchise shop. He's also teaching me a lot. People seem to look at me like, this guy speaking English. He has his own money, but he's still peeling. He's peeling this potatoes.
Yeah, you're still grounded.
I'm humbled. I'm peeling potatoes for people, man. I'm helping. I'm doing them favors. I don't need money back. I don't need money. I just want you to teach me. Just teach me something, man. Something
And I kind of like it, that kind of attitude you came in with, because you coming with that thing of being of service. And I think we need to, like, drill it in, especially as young as we are, that it doesn't matter about what we have, but it's not the action here to even the letters of kindness without even getting a return for that, because you are helping someone who's trying to build their old franchise. Someone else maybe has a different attitude of how can I find means to take when are you looking for means on how to give. And you made that choice. If you, like you said, you came from the suburbs, you could have told yourself, I come from a superior kind of thing, but you chose to ground yourself. And here you are learning
a lot, actually. Since I came here, I actually learned, like, how to spend money, how to save money. That's what I've actually learned while I was in the hood, and that's actually most important while you're going through life, because money is important. You have to buy stuff for money, and money keeps you this and that. Money is also not that important. It's also your heart and your mind and your soul. That's also most important. How you are, because if you're disrespectful and all that type of way, you're chasing people out your life. chasing a lot of people, a lot of gifts, let me just say, out your life. So it's also another thing, man. Like, don't be, don't keep yourself highly and disrespect people below you, because you can actually learn from the person below you. You don't know that person that's below you has a lot of information, has a lot of things that can teach you as a person, so you can upgrade yourself.
Yes, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, yes.
Knowledge doesn't come from money.
Knowledge
does not come.
Money is it's just a tool on its own, but it just needs us.
Money.
And also, the other thing that with my interactions with you is I've started to understand how money now is some form of psychology now.
It is, yeah.
It's psychology,
it's a mind,
and
yeah,
how
it's a
you
mind
view
thing.
it basically, and how now I've started to understand that when you stop chasing something and start becoming of value, then that thing is going to
come
chasing you.
Yeah,
exactly.
come to you.
Because once you uplift your value, then obviously the money is going to come. And I'm just thinking about Down South Boone, who's an inspiring producer, how vital he was to this journey, and how important was it for me to surround myself by people who were just in the same strength and also in the same struggle as I am, and for me to pick up something from them, because it's easy for you to just sit with someone and talk about things that are not bringing any value to you. You could do that for days and days, but just think about the conversations that we unlock, because it's not about us trying to look good to other people. It's all about the value that we're depicting from other people. And I'm just trying to place also the importance of just sitting with the person. Too many people are so in themselves, preoccupied about who they are, for them to even consider that there are people outside there who are living a different kind of way from themselves. So how important is that attitude for you to, like, sometimes don't live inside your own mind?
You have to get out your comfort zone. You have to get out your comfort zone. That's also another thing. Can't be, if you're always in your comfort zone, you're gonna stay there. You have to get out your comfort zone. For an example, like you, go out no matter the weather. You still go out to the Wi-Fi. You download the things that need to be downloaded for the Galo 7 entertainment group. You're still working. You're doing that. At the end of the day, it's gonna pay off. But if you just sitting on the couch, chilling, smoking weed, relaxing, thinking of playing games, thinking about the next joint that's
because
gonna come.
even this PlayStation is sitting in front of us.
Yeah,
we have a PlayStation 3 in front of us.
But
we could have literally like sat here and are like, Buhle, come through, let's play this, games. And we sit here in the entire day. But what have we contributed? How good are we gonna feel about ourselves? So
after that,
yes, exactly.
So yeah, man. If you thinking of maybe having a business, building a business, don't stop, man. But you have to make a way to get it, because it's not gonna come to you. You have to go get it. You have to go get it. And build yourself, man. Build your personality while you're getting it. Because that's also a major important in business.
Separate from you. Because adding on top of what you just said now, the main thing that I'm really considering is the fact that I think there are days where I just want to give up, bruh. And you know why? It's because my focus is not in the right place.
That's when state of mind.
Yeah, when my state of mind is not in any point favoring me, because if I'm not looking forward to the things that I'm gonna learn and so on, it means I'm worrying about the things that I don't have any control over. And there are days where I just want to be paid for this shit, but I just find when I'm paid for it, I'm not as compassionate as when I'm not being paid for it. There are days where I will just do it just for, I know, but this is part of a routine. And it was hard at first, and it's hard even go, because now I'm trying to find ways, man, how do I make this known? How do I get to social media and so on? Sometimes you can be so quick on seeing other people's things grow, be like, okay, if I put this person on and so on and so on, but you should have a shared experience with these people. A part of his cycle.
Will be. You have a bubble with everyone in, but then you should also have your own bubble.
Exactly.
In that big bubble that you're in. I think that's how life. That's how it is, man.
Yeah,
you put people in, but you must also remember about yourself too, and your personality.
Yeah, and those boundaries, and those boundaries too. Is those boundaries, because I find in most instances when people don't understand what you're trying to do, they are gonna go to the extent of trying to destroy by any means. But I have grown stronger from that, because I know what's misunderstood, you don't have to explain it up until that person decides to his own their curiosity get to that level. Then we about this thing, but people sometimes they function at a low vibrant energy, and then they expect you to match that. And
Yazi fair,
Can't.
especially when you understand it, but hey fair to this is not gonna get me anywhere. Just think about it, 1 steps forward, 10 steps backwards. And it's like that with your mindset. So now they shift. What about when I'm not being paid and I like love doing this, bruh? I just want to turn up. I'm getting those podcasts. I'm on Twitter making sure, but okay, I'm checking on Yabona e-creatives and so on. And I function best when I do that.
If you love it, it's going to get you. If you love it and you're not worried about the money's gonna come. And if you're still not worried about the money, then you're gonna be living the greatest life. And I don't think you'll have any complaints. If it's something you love doing, it's not paying you now. But if you love it and then it pays you later, and you're still in love with this thing that you're still doing, and you have money
even
on
if
top
the money
of it,
still comes.
you see, and you no complaints about it. That's the greatest life. That's something I can say. That's the greatest.
That sustains me a lot, bruh. That really sustains me, and
don't stop, man. Don't stop.
It makes me sometimes wanna doubt myself. But when you are in doubt, you are onto something. You cannot go over being sure about everything. A lot of people, I want their mindset to be eliminated from just because a person is smart. They don't go through certain things. Because let's look at it from a social kind of side. The people who are socially known, actors, actresses, and so on. And there are certain things that they can't be held accountable to. And then at the end of the day, I was sitting with Bongo, an artist, who told me that these are humans as well. Fair to they go through things.
They do go through things.
These are human beings. So when we start treating people like human beings as well, then we start to understand, but okay, we are dealing with people's futures here. There are families who are depending on them. So how important is that we place ourselves in situation where we don't get exploited? And
you have to take.
And I'm teaching myself, you have to start at the bottom, dog. Right at the bottom. Look at me now, and what I'm trying to get on about my confidence towards showing myself on social media. It's gonna move, because at the end of the day, when I do that, I need to be more focused on the voice that I'm trying to portray out, not who I am and how I look and so on.
That's
sometimes
not
you
important.
can be preoccupied too much about who you look and so on, because you're seeing everyone.
It's not important.
That is not important.
It's no way
and
important.
I said to someone I knew, but I could have chosen something different. But now I choose social media presence to spread land on the inside. Someone else can have a problem with that, Buhle. And sometimes when you have decided to be a learner, and the mere fact that you even fail, there are those who don't even try. They will be laughing at you. Yes, laugh me to my success, because I'm failing my way to success.
Trying, not just thinking about this is gonna happen.
Whose fortune can I depend on? Maybe there's a rich aunt or a rich sibling somewhere. There and so on.
You wait for your parents to die so you can take their life insurance. That's the mindset that we have now. Even as youth, I think that's the biggest. People are just waiting for other people to die so that we can take off what they had.
And what about the responsibility that they have at this moment?
Which is really sad.
And look at Ngo. And I think if you can't take the responsibility now, just think about when we have the big responsibility in Go. If I can't be responsible with $100, bruh, how am I going to be responsible with 100 million?
You're gonna be put under pressure. That's one. And worse, especially when a man, I feel like when a man breaks down, suicide comes in. So I think when you get to that age and that responsibility hits you, that a lot of things can happen. A lot of things,
all those vital opportunities where you could have, let me take the L, let me take the lesson.
You could have been learning.
Instead of me being this egocentric person who just wants to have everything going for themselves.
Or you just ask, I have this idea in my mind, bruh. What do you think about this idea? And that person just be like, nah, bruh, it's a whack idea. No, it's whack.
What about the idea being told to the wrong people? That's bullshit.
See, that's people putting their own fears into your head. Bruh, that's the worst thing that can ever happen to you.
Steve Harvey once said is, if you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small mind.
Are
you listening to that?
Don't do that, man.
Are you listening to that, bruh? If the Lord Almighty to show you a vision of what your future looked like, would you ever go on earth trying to convince anybody else or would you work your way trying to make what's going on in your vision, in your imagination, bruh?
I'll be Noah, man. Build my ark. I won't think about what the people are saying. Wow, what's this man building? What the fuck, bruh? What you
God
building,
told
bruh?
me there's a big storm that's coming, and I think that big storm is always gonna come,
do you
bruh.
guys want to build with me? Come, let's build together. This week's almost gonna come. Nah, bro, what the fuck you building, bro? What's that, bro? Nah, bro, you wasting time. nah, this, nah, what is this? Nah, and he's telling the people, man, it's
But at the end of the day, you don't let that stop you.
It didn't stop him. That thing
And
of people telling him, what are you building, bro?
And
Like,
you're telling me you
what
don't see
is this?
Noah in that. You don't see yourself as Noah
Noah,
in there.
Noah was in his own mind. He was butterflies and flowers there while he was building that boat. He was happy because he loved what he was doing. You feel so. Sometimes you have to block off people's thoughts coming into your brain.
Yeah, because that's their projections, bruh.
They can block
That
you
Jay-Z.
from. Yeah,
That Jay-Z.
it can block you from reaching the top. That's big motivation. That's one of the biggest things that I think people must have your own bubble, man. Let your thoughts run in you only. No, don't believe in other people. People can tell you. Example. I mean, go to music. The most hits in the Billboard. Drake has the most hits in the Billboard. No one can pass him. What? Go to that guy that's there at home sitting in his own bubble, start telling himself, nah man, I'm gonna beat this. I can beat this record.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna do it because it's something I love, you know. I love music and I'm gonna do this. He's gonna beat that record. Next thing you know, he's beating Rihanna's record of the amount of views because he loves this shit. And
another way we have to look at it, that's just accolades, bruh.
That's
how
the world works.
It's a result of his work, bruh. Just think about the person who put him on, and that person was also put on. And Buhle, I just want to do that kind of good. I want to get to a point where I'm strong enough, where I'm going to bring abantu who are going to also be a representation of our own character. Not this thing we grew up together and exactly, because you are a representation. And I understand friendship, but now we are getting older, Buhle. We are getting more aware. And certain people feel they don't place a responsibility of self-awareness on themselves. They want the world to dictate who they should be instead of laying the responsibility on themselves. So how you act, how you feel, and how you see the world, that's your responsibility. If you want to see it from a bleak kind of view, that's your responsibility.
That's you. That's on you. That's big time on you.
And I've seen many people fail to not acknowledging success when it's right in front of their face because of how they programmed. They've like a mini cell kind of view, and you can't expand umhlaba wakho in that kind of way. And I just think about what Einstein said. He says your imagination is a preview of what the future is to bring.
Yeah.
How many of us live in our imagination? That thing that you don't have to convince anybody. Like you say that he don't stop. Always tell you, Buhle, to stay in that kind of mindset. I also have someone telling me the same thing. You don't think there's someone else? It's like a domino effect.
There will be people telling you
that the birds with the same feathers always flock together.
Yeah.
Wherever they find themselves, because they don't have to convince. They can be lost in the crowd with other people, but they are not convinced by that. So that's another implication about a person who is dedicated to knowing themselves, because now every day is a day in which you can unlock, but okay, there's another side of me I didn't expect.
Yeah,
I didn't even know. Of me I didn't even know. Like you're gonna do more and more of that.
Practiced for
and
a year even.
Too, looking and also facing your own darkness, it is hard. Lots of us, we do things consciously and unconsciously, and when shit hits the fan, when things break down for us, when hell breaks loose, then we think about, what about that part that I played? But what about when you get to a point where that muscle, you've neglected it so much that it doesn't function? You suppress your conscious to a point where it literally doesn't have a voice. You talked about it earlier about being in your own bubble. You can be tried to be convinced of certain things, because when you're not there, they'll be like, nah, I can do a better job than him. But he talks better, but does he do better? Buhle is staying in his lane. When you are trying to run a competition with a man who's just trying to discover himself, he's gonna fuck up, he's gonna make mistakes, and whatever he catches on, at the end of the day, he's on the winning side because he's gonna learn. What are you gonna gain from hating on him? On you trying to run a competition to say, I'm better than him, I can do this better than him, I've been longer than him. What has that gained you? We have had this so much
running
fixation,
races.
Yeah, about me doing it first.
No,
instead
man,
of me doing it better. Drake said it best.
Exactly. That's
we need to do things better.
Races isn't about what? First, no man.
Yeah, first equip yourself.
No. Man, let's go to, we're running a proper legit race now. 200 meters. We would say, okay, wait for Nicker as the record of the 200 meters. So now I'm an athlete now. I want to break this record now. Everyone's gonna think, nah, man, I have to run faster than this guy. I have to run faster than him. I have to run faster than him. After that's in his head, I have to be first in front of him, right? But they're not thinking about it's the way you run that makes you faster. You feel it's the way.
Yeah, it's a combination of all those things.
It's the way. It's the way. You have to make
fast
yourself better. You feel me? So it's not always about running fast to become first.
Which means
No.
it's not just about talent. You need to attach the talent
You have
with
to.
hard work.
There is a way. You have to. There is a way to run. There is a way. You have to. You see, when you're starting a race, your head has to be down. No, you can't be looking up. Otherwise, the wind is. You see. So you're not just thinking about I have to be first. Otherwise, if you think about like being first all the time, sometimes you're gonna do it wrong. So you have to build yourself. You know.
Yeah, but I can't get to first without first getting to last place.
Exactly.
That's
And building the basics. The basics is important, sir. It's not about me running a race here. Like I have a Gucci, I must buy Louis. No, sir. That has nothing to that type of race. I don't put myself into those type of races of
I'm better than Louis.
Yeah, I'm better than this. I'm better than this person.
Yeah, you're trying to align yourself to your own success, bro.
Better yourself.
Yeah, your own success.
Better yourself, sir. Always try to make yourself better, because that's the best feeling. It's just to upgrade yourself. Upgrade yourself, not your shoes or your pants or your underwear or your top. Upgrade yourself.
Because there are others who are gonna see through that. You can't disacknowledge yonke le.
Come on, man.
You can't disacknowledge yonke le.
Come on.
And I'm gonna link up with the person. This person played a huge part in my growth. If it wasn't for this person, I wouldn't have learned how I need to view women a different kind of way than I do men. Because sometimes when you're growing up and you're a teenager, you have this bro code, but you have to do things so that in the eyes of the dudes, you have to be the man and so on.
I must be there, and in the eyes of girls, I must look better than this guy.
I must be the odd one out. I must be the guy that everyone flocks to. But the other thing a lot of people didn't get from all of that, with me getting all these girls, psychologically, I wasn't not even in a good space, dog. I was doubting my own talent, dog, and people were giving me credit and all that.
Such an amazing young man whom I admire so much. If you have come this far in the podcast, thank you very much for listening, dedicating your time to making sure that you listen to this groundbreaking story. Please let the journey through the concrete jungle continue as we delve further on.
While I'm busy getting this credit, at the back of my mind, the last thing I had considered was failure. And failure came, dog. And when people who believed in you, who were there for you, I'm laughing because this used to pain me once. I had more doubters than believers. The very people that were doing things that led up to the failure were no longer there. It's like the Judas and Jesus story now. I felt like being sold out, fear to. And I was now ready to be crucified.
People like that are on their own mission, man. I feel like people that are out there to train other people, I think that's their mission in life. Like they're gonna do that till they die. The thing that I was also talking about the race is like the way you race is important, not being faster. Because Kasta was running this 400 meter or 800 meter, I'm not sure. I think it was 800. She started and she was last place. You see, she started, she was last. She was last place with a gap, if I'm not mistaken. A nice gap in between first and last. It was a nice gap. But then when she got to, I think it was let's say 300 meters left, she was second last, and then third last, and then fourth last, No, the other way around, sorry. Yeah, she was last, second last, until she was second. And she got to 100 meters, all that energy that she had kept because of the way she was running, got her to first place with a gap. In between 100 meters, and everyone was like, yo, this lady, she killed it. She doesn't even look tired. She's not even sweating. So it wasn't about that person that was first place. Probably thought she was gonna win because she was running the fastest. She was in front since the race started. She's been there in front, but before the finish line, she finished third or fourth. The other people behind even overtook her before the finish line.
It's about how you start, it's about how you finish.
Yeah, so that person from last was there making herself better, you know, knowing like, okay, this is how you run. This is how it's. I'm not here to be first. I'm here to run better. That's all I'm doing. I'm just running better. And if I continue running better, I'ma run better than that person. That person's first, so I'ma be first. And I'm still gonna run even more better. I'ma leave that person behind. You see? But that's not the whole point. It's just about running better. It's not about being first. It's just running.
Consistency.
Just running better.
You
just being better.
Playing a huge part in trying to feed your own initiative. When you come with a learner mindset and you start to understand that everywhere you go, you are the person who's going to determine what percentage of you're going to decide to put forth. And yes, there are situations where I had been in, I had faced failure, but I wanted to compromise because it was the norm at that time. You see, when you've been living a lie for a while, and then that lie like breaks up in front of you, you are traumatized by the fact that the lie has been broken, and now everyone is out there to see it. So you're not just internally dealing with it, they're also externally dealing with it. So there's more doubt than believers, Ngaba. And then you caught between a rock and a hard place.
Go to the believers.
Exactly. So it felt like the people that were cheering me on now no longer cheered me on because I wasn't doing the same things. I couldn't do it. I wanted different results now, and I needed my intelligence. I needed my initiative to work for me. And I was like, dude, you are here for school. The other nitty-gritty, you have to deal with it. But at the end of the day, you have to get yourself through the finish line. So once I started to rise above what I was facing, then I started rising towards a phase of creation. Now I have initiative because I want to face Ezindo.
And you felt better.
Exactly, because now there are things I'm going to learn. It was not just about the loss. Hence, I started getting into leadership positions in school because people trusted me. That wouldn't have happened if I did the same thing. And I think some of us, we need to also click it into our mindset that we are going to make mistakes along the way.
Oh, you are, man.
But we need a man to believe in us, to also acknowledge the fact that we also made a mistake. And when you genuinely want to change, you do it with your actions. You don't do it
not with your mouth.
Exactly. And I found that these people helped me a lot because they wanted me to change for me. They were like, you forgot a part of you and why you came here. You were this dude who was enthusiastic about school, and so next thing you're hanging around with all these dudes, you're speaking all different kinds of languages. Look at the psychology that you go through, because at the end of the day, you end up compromising against what you've been taught. Now I'm thinking, when things can go hit the fan, who's gonna be there to save me?
Ooh, the people, the doubters. Nah, I don't think they'll be there, man.
Yeah, so I started swaying towards the believers.
I don't think the doubters will be there. They weren't there in the first place, so how would, when you fail, why would you go to the doubters?
They literally wouldn't even think about being there. I had angels, dog, literal angels during my struggle who be like, man, we know who you are, this is not you. And you think, I dismiss that. No, there are certain elements of you in your character that are just built in, whether it's genes, DNA, or whatever you want to call it. My mom was good in school, my dad was a teacher. Those things are going to be imprinted in you. When you just also have to play a part in carving them out. But now you can also play a part in ruining that.
You have to take
by engaging into izinto that are going to disregard when it's already you know about you gifted. So you need to nurture that. So that failure was like, wake up. Stop picking the wrong tools.
Exactly.
Stop putting a disadvantage to yourself.
Start doing the right thing.
When I started acknowledging the fact that people around me now were starting to get criminal records, they started getting into drug busts and all that.
To distance yourself, otherwise you're gonna fall in the same. Even if you didn't touch any drug, you still will be an accomplice if you chilling with that person. An example. I'm not gonna say names, but like it happened recently where this other guy stole this person's phone, but this guy didn't know that this person was a cop. So he took this phone, right? They were having like some celebration at a granny's house. I think they were celebrating like a birthday or something. So this person's phone was on charge, but he was a police. So obviously police, you go into a function, you're not gonna be in uniform, you're in normal clothes, and some people won't know you. Now this guy
you're not going there to do your job.
So this guy took this phone, right? Took it to his home. He kept it there, went back to the function. A few hours later, I didn't know anything, right? I was coming out of my house, so I was going to the shop, right? So I was looking at this guy, man. It was this guy's home, right? So at the shop, this guy like stays close to the shop. So I was at the shop looking at his home, and then I saw like police there, man. So I was asking, man, why is there police here, man? Feel like this guy doesn't do drugs, like he doesn't sell drugs or anything like that. Like, why would they be there? Cool. We go to nighttime. I'm chilling now with let's say guy number 2, right? So guy number 1 took the phone. Guy number 2, now I'm chilling with guy number 2. Guy number 2 is the guy that was chilling with the guy number 1 that took the phone the whole day, right?
And
the whole day.
Did he have any knowledge?
And he did not have any knowledge. He knew nothing. He knew he knew nothing, right?
It's like that thing, I chill with you, you do things, and then you come chill with me.
Yeah.
And then
I'm
not aware.
While we're chilling, you do something funny.
Yes,
suspicious.
And you have no
and
idea.
I have no idea.
I did that. You come back as if everything is normal.
Exactly. Now that happened, right? So now 4 a.m., 5 a.m. vibes, the police went back to that house, right? Because now it's a cop's phone. There's a tracker on it, obviously. You see, that's why the police went there in the first place. That's what I got to my mind. Okay, during the day, police went there to get the phone, right? But no one was there. Cool. 4 a.m. they went back to that house. Like that guy number 1 was there, right? Without guy number 2. Guy number 2 is at home sleeping, right? The police went to guy number 1, caught him and the phone, red-handed, obviously. And they saw, and the cop that was there at the function saw, like, no man, this guy was there, man, at the function with us.
Yeah, I did see.
I saw him, man. And I saw him with another person, his friend, that was chilling with the whole day. Who's his friend? His friend is guy. He wasn't exactly. That's what he thought.
Yeah.
Where's your friend, the accomplice?
Yeah.
Where is he?
Seeing that when they were at the function, he saw them together
the whole day.
Yeah, the second guy had no idea.
The guy number 1
stole a police's phone, and
phone.
the phone was dragged back to his own house where he put it.
And he's sleeping there. So obviously the phone seats up. Red-handed. He's the only one in the house. It's his place. So they go to guy number. They ask guy number 1, where's your friend? My friend. He's there. Blah, 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 blah. So they went to guy number 2's house. They beat him up. He's lost, right? He doesn't know what the hell is going on. There's police here. This guy is here. What did he do? No, guy number 1. What did guy number 1 do? So they tell him, yeah, you took the phone now. You forgot which phone you took. What phone? They smacked him, shot him with rubber bullets. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
And guy number 1 is not even in light. Is he there?
He's there. He's watching what's going on.
Why is he not?
He doesn't. He's quiet. He's quiet. You see what people can do in your life if you don't pick the right people in your life. You see these simple things that people do. You must be aware of it, because you can be put in the same situation. You did nothing but look. That guy went to jail. He went to jail. Went to court. Everything. Like you're supposed to do sentence, but I don't think like sentence for phone. Nah. But he went to court and all that stuff.
Now he's in the system.
Sure.
He's in the system.
He's in the system for phone. Accomplice. He did nothing, and obviously not gonna believe him because the cops saw they were together. And guy number 1 does not want to say that he never knew, and
I can't go to hell alone.
I can't we're going together.
Guilty
so
by association.
Yeah, you have to be aware who you surround yourself with, man. That's important.
The one thing of friendships, I thought they were good, bruh. And until I saw these people, when I started taking a distance from them and I saw them in action with other people, like, there are certain things, my instincts and theirs, I give thanks to my ancestors, the almighty dog. Like there are certain situations in which I just can't account, but how did I get myself out of those situations? Because those friendships, dog.
It's crazy out here, man. It's crazy. And that can happen to anyone. You just have to be aware of who you. If you know this guy next to you, he did some shit and he's into some shit, now you have to distance yourself. I'm not saying like you can't talk to him or anything, but just distance yourself. Otherwise, you're gonna be caught up in the same situation. You hear a lot of stories of drug dealers' friends being shot and all that stuff. And you listen to this guy. This guy was going to work. He was doing good. He was helping his family, but he's free. He was friends with the wrong friends. Got caught up, got shot. He's dead now because of his friends. His friends alive, but he's dead. See, so sometimes you have to be aware of who you're walking with.
People with the same mindset, but they always are intact.
You have to be with the same mindset, otherwise you're gonna be trapped with that person's mindset.
And the fight that I had to have about the mere fact that you are powerful alone. You are very powerful when you are alone. But
you are.
In certain situations, you think you need other people's strength, but then you find the strength that you accumulated when you're alone is the strength that is gonna carry you throughout your lifetime. And I was cool in this game of trying to convince everyone of every move that you make.
Nah, man.
Then you start to understand, okay, it really doesn't matter. And most of the times, they have no consideration over their own lives. How are you expecting them to consider you?
You can't ask someone.
Let's stop this thing of building relationships because we want
something
we want from people. How about we build isn't just genuine, where we can grow from one another.
Grow,
yeah.
You have to grow from
a different kind of way. Their experiences, and And I think now we are not allowing abantu bazithande who they are. Have you seen how petty some relationships are? I highlighted insecurity. As men, we need to talk about our feelings.
And our situations
Hence
too.
why gender-based violence is so high in this country, is because of ignorance. When you are not equipped of how you should act, your emotions supposed to be intact. Men should teach themselves to know positions up. Now we are raising men to be fearful of women who are succeeding in society. Yet we are forgetting the same women that we are shunning are the same women who gave birth to us. We need women in everything. If we can't treat them well, how are we expecting to have heirs to our empires? Who are we building these empires for? Even now, dog, you are building an empire for a seed you haven't planted. You are building an empire for abantu who are still here, your family. And kuko umuntu who's gonna come and make you question that because they disregarded the responsibility they had. Now I'm glad, Fetu, that I stuck to my guns, and I still stick to my guns even now. You know why? Because at the foundation of what I do is love and grace. I need to be grateful for what I have. Even if I have one meal a day, the Almighty has blessed me. Even if I got life, dog, kuko umuntu was less disadvantaged. We need that mentality of teaching each other how to fish. You good with forex, I'm good with PCs, someone else is good with something else.
Come together.
We created demand and supply for our own people. We solve the problems abantu. Because I'm going to be good in what I am. The emphasis of sharpening what we're already good at
is watch out for those people, man. You must watch people's actions in front of you, man. That's also another thing I realized, and what's important. Whatever this person is doing in front of you, you will do it behind you. Whatever this person is doing like in front of you, he will do it also behind. If this person is talking about that person in front of you, this person is talking about someone that's not here in this room, behind this person's back.
Listen to what they're talking about, and
I will listen to this person, right? And I'll think to myself, no, man, if he can speak about him like that, then he can also speak about me
when I'm not here.
You see? So sometimes you have to take note, man. You have to be aware of what's happening around you and
like
people.
You weigh the scale.
Yeah.
Like how negative or how positive. Because at the end of the day, sometimes you can dislike certain character traits about a person, but you can also sway towards the sides that are positive. There are those who in their eyes, the way that they see things, they refuse to see goodness in others.
But you should tell you something I also learned about life. I tell that person, okay, but if you can say that right about that person, you can also say it about me, most, no? Always confront. If you confront someone might change also like their ways. He's stupid and realize, okay, but that was a mistake, right? That was a stupid way. Let's continue. Let's move, man. Let's move forward. Let's grow. Let's grow together, bro. Because lots of this drama stuff happen outside because these small things that we don't confront. These small problems and put aside and
more valuable things.
These small things. Let's focus on the bigger picture. But these small things we have to solve. Otherwise, when we focus on the bigger picture, that small thing is gonna become a big thing. In between that,
we didn't even assert ourselves in solving the little
the
ones.
Small
that the big ones overwhelm us because that's the other thing. Over time, you forget that when you run away from the responsibility that is due to you, instead of you gaining power, you lose the power that you could have gained over that period. Never mind us recording this podcast, but what about things we can do outside of this? Because now I can't say I'm looking out for the best for Rowena, yet I can't confront you about certain things. Compassionate love, that thing of putting yourself in a person's shoes. Because now I'm gonna be down. I said that to my friend. That mean I'm gonna be down. You're gonna be asking me, no, this is not the Tano that you used to, and then I'm gonna open up to you because it's vice versa. Now you have people who know nothing about your life. They see you committing a mistake. Now it's that one opportunity they've been gunning for to crucify you
in your life. Like I told you.
And it shows, like you said, Bana, e-warning signs.
That must always watch out. Be aware, man. You prepare yourself also for failure so that you can be strong once it comes. Always prepare yourself for failure. That's what else. Prepare yourself.
How to be a good loser, man.
If you can do that, you'll be happy too. No one can tell you what to do. If you can control your emotions and everything about yourself, you can control that. No one can tell you what to do, man. And then you can just do your own without anyone
needing anyone's approval. And we are not built on telling you must do whatever. When you are around a person who allows you to be yourself, I say when I allow you to shine, I also shine. We must have this narrative, Bana, when I help you, I'm also helping me. I said that to my friend that there are certain conversations I would have avoided if mhlambi I was under a different psychological manifestation. But attitude. Because I chose to be a vital part on, this is not doing good for me, I need to set it aside. but it's important for me to replace it with something else. It's all about trial and error. And over this time, it could be easy to say, this is not working out. Let me lay it aside. No, someone else doesn't believe in me. But do I need that conviction? No. You can be so preoccupied on trying to convince other people. Ulibal, the first and only person who's most important to convince is yourself. This is going to work out. Like you said, we need to learn how to lose. We are going to experience more loss than wins.
And accept it. Don't run away from it. You have to accept that you lost. Okay, I lost. I accept it.
Let me go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, let's go back to basics. Let's continue from this mistake that I made. See the mistake, fix it, continue. That's a rule that I had playing hockey.
Oh, you played hockey?
Yeah, I played hockey.
Where?
If I lose a ball, you fix the mistake as by getting the ball back, and then you continue with the game. I also told my players that if you lose a ball, you have to get it back, bro. Get the ball back, bro. Why aren't you getting the ball back? Go get the ball back, bro. And then do that again.
Endorsed also in sportsmanship.
Sports it's all about motivation, confidence. You have to be confident. I saw that also, man. In sports, this other boy, man, he was playing. I was captain of my team, and I was playing in centre back and defensive midfield, right? So there was this other boy, man, he was right back. He was playing under 19 for my team, but he was basically rejected, man, because there's no under 16A. So then, there was no under 16B. It was only under 16A. So, and he wanted to play hockey. Couldn't make that team. So I was like, nah, come play for us, man. So I was like, this is older people. I'm like, but I'm only 17, dog, and I'm playing under 19B too. So just come. You see, so he came, he played, he had a problem with confidence, man. I could see he had a problem. His first game, on purpose, I'm gonna boost his confidence. So it came his first game, right? No, like my team was actually strong. When he received the ball, the time he received the ball, right? Got the ball, it's like on his stick, and this guy can't play. He can only stop and pass the ball, can't skill, can't do anything, right?
No
I haven't even seen him run a practice with the ball, right? When he gets a ball, he just takes it and passes it to someone. Now, game time, he has the ball. Like most of us are marked, right? He has a ball and there's space. I see that space, and I see he's also looking at that space. I shouted, run! Yo, that guy just gone from the defense all the way forward. He ran and then he stopped a bit. He's like, yo, I'm already here. You see, he's thinking like, yeah, I'm here already with the ball. This is the first time he's ever doing it. I shouted, run, bro. Don't stop. He ran all the way to that other side of the line. I don't know how he did it. He just ran like, yo, gone from the back. This guy is really running. Like even the coach is like, yo, he's really running. Got to that line. He didn't know what to do. So I just told him, get the ball out, yo, because like we were all marked and stuff. He was the only one with the ball. And the other players knew that this guy was the weakest because it's the first time getting the ball now.
Obviously.
You see, so the confidence I like. After that, every game I just see this guy's running. And he's running. He's even doing 1-2 touches with us. I'm like, hey, boy, you're learning now. No? It's like this guy's confidence is boosted just by some small, just something small.
Just placing that emphasis when how important it is for when people doubt themselves, for you to inject some sort of hope for them.
Go and fail. Do that and fail.
Exactly.
And then do it again.
Think about how you led that person to believe in themselves. Because after that, now it became a norm.
He was doing it all the time.
If the things were switched and you did the negative effect, what was that going to do to crush his spirit?
It was going to stain him. He was probably not going to play again.
He would never.
Because he was already there. He was already below. He was already like scared.
How many of us don't even turn up to Twinda, isn't here? Thinking, I'm young, I won't get into this team. You want to play, but you're coming with the mindset of this is not me. And you are the universe is responding to your thoughts. When you say, nah, this can't work out, it's like you're pushing it away to say, Andy Funi, I don't want it. Andy Funi,
look now, he's playing up. That boy was a reject. Played first team.
What?
He played first team. Like when he got to the age under 19.
Oh, where?
Yeah, he was playing first team. He wasn't rejected anymore as under 16.
Yeah, he kept...
Under 16 in under 19 in under 19A.
As young as
he was under 19B. And he stayed in 19B again because he's over 16. And then from there he went to under 19A. He got comfortable.
Yeah, and he understood that he had his age to the advantage because with that time. And I think it's a mentality most of us take too lightly when we are trying to get ourselves to a certain level. Think about all these men or women who are excelling at their sports and they've been doing this countlessly to a point where it comes effortlessly.
It just
like
comes naturally,
things, even if things are against them, it's like
going.
You work for that.
Going.
No one is it's even with Michael Jordan's story. No one talks about all the shot that he missed.
Yeah.
But Michael Jordan missed a lot of shots, brother. They only show you the accolades, those championships, those sponsorship
all the
deals,
W's, all the wins.
it's a result of him not stopping, and we don't need to stop.
That's why people think, man, life is easy, or you can get to that life easy by TVs,
And forget TV propaganda, bro.
all these things, man. They're just showing people winning, Drake, winning and all that stuff, but they never show the struggles, like how hard it was for him to get it. Times where he was crying. People that are up there deserve to be there, because they put their mind conscious, they switched it on, everything. They were in their own bubble, and they also had another big bubble with other people, putting positivity in and all these beliefs in, so that they can build himself. Look now, those people that are there, that are the greatest, they deserve to be there, so
yeah, because
they deserve to be there. They worked hard,
and
they went through all the sacrifices, but they don't show it. We don't see it because it's not being shown. But trust me, those guys cried. They cried a lot. Yeah, they cried a lot.
And even the idea about I need to create a podcast and so on. At one point, I wanted to jump in only because a lot of people were doing it. And then I got to the realization that there's work that needs to be done. You have an inspiring story, and I kept that. And as much as I tried to delay that, but I kept that.
Yeah.
And then over and uyazikhumbula man, like, nah man, there's something that you can do what you are blessed with. And I look at the way I introduced myself to computers, and bruh, I love them even though I didn't have them. Video games and all these kind of things. It's like I gained a lot of perspective not even having them. Tons and tons of people would think that I know so much about these things that I had them.
Boy,
even people who had them were asking me how to use this. Like they onto something.
Or you went to school to go study for it.
Yeah, I am like, dude, did you go to college or
to study this?
University of YouTube. You learn a lot of things.
You can learn, yeah.
You just get into that bubble, right? How this will lead you to that. This will lead you to that. But
information is everywhere.
And tons and tons of people think it's something overnight. And I've started to understand that now. It's a part of me. When you live I'm just thinking what has happened.
That's the mistake.
That photographic memory that my teacher told me you have, like you can look at one picture and literally tell 1,000 tales. Like she's on to something, let me work on this. And so on. Like there would be people who tried to get me into things. They thought those things were hurting me, but instead they were strengthening me. I told them, you can't put me through hardship and think that hardship is gonna break me. Fair too, I come from hardship, dog. I don't have to be reminded why I'm here. Which is plenty of people, they ask, yo, dog, you're so resilient and so on. They'll be like, dog, I've been through a lot, but I turned up. That's the other thing we don't give ourselves credit, is the fact that we dusted off a lot of things that you turning up, dog. Like there were people who trying to like copy case files about all the mistakes you made and throw it on you and be like, I wear these scars proudly because I knew that was me, but that's not me anymore. But I had to go through that in order for me to be here. So whoever now is judging me based on what I've been through is mistaken, because I'm not that person anymore. I'm a different person, which is you talking about a person I'm not anymore. So why should I be pissed when you are trying to tear down my character and my previous past endeavors? Especially when until to this day and further days I'm working on ciphering them so that I can do better from them. How about the same energy you use to tear down another person, you use that same energy to build yourself up and someone as well. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But look at the energy that we are placing to stop others from getting what they want.
People have to be old to realize that, man.
And
people are grandpas and grandpas.
The Almighty Fair,
that's when they're all happy and stuff.
Has this thing for you, and only you, Fair, is entitled to that. Why do we walk around being jealous of people as if they're gonna get the same thing that's entitled to us? You see, the vision that you have is a vision, Fair, that no one else has.
That's why you can't ask someone like, is this right? Am I doing it correct? Is it perfect? Is this song good? No, man. You can't ask someone if it was meant for you. You can't ask if it's something, if it was meant for you, if it's meant for me, I can't ask that person how does it look on me? But it's meant for me. Like you said, God Almighty gave me this gift. Now I can't ask this person, is this gift right, bro? But God Almighty gave it to you and said it's for you. I don't like asking people, if this is good work or if this is perfect. I just put the results in. If it's incorrect, I learned from my mistake. A few weeks ago, I was going for a job interview. I went to a job interview, then I had to do training and write tests. And for all the tests, they said you have to have 90% up for that. I thought 90 and up for all these tests, because like working with a tape company, So you have to know, no. So I was like 90 for each test, right? We're writing a test every day. And we only get the things to learn on the Monday. We got it on the Monday. Tuesday we're writing a test. Wednesday we're writing a test. Thursday we're writing a test. Every day we're learning something new, and you only have a few hours to learn for that test till the next day. And you must have 90% and up. I was like, yo, yeah, all of that, like lists of, problems that like Excel, this is a problem, this is a problem. 90%, that's a problem. In a few hours, I must study this. That's another problem. All that difficulty. I told myself, nah, man, I can do it. If I can do it right, I'll be able to do it. And I passed that test with 92% first day. And then the second test, I got like 87. And then the third one, I got 90. I was like, hey, man, whoa. I got 92. I passed 92. Like, I worked, like, I put work there, hard work. I got my rest. I studied. I was focused. Told myself, I didn't complain about anything. Like, I told the sir, like, okay, 90%, like, you see this, like, 90. He explained why. I understood why. I didn't complain. I just did it. I told myself, I'm gonna do it. If I fail, he said, if you fail, you can rewrite the test, right? You can do it over. So I was like, okay, cool. That gives someone a second opportunity to once they fail something, they can do it again. So like, cool. But I didn't think that. I was like, nah, I'm gonna pass this shit. I don't want to fail. I'm gonna pass this.
Which is you're overconfident there.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
But he said that it's actually a good thing, man, because confidence is needed.
Yeah.
You need confidence, when you're doing this type of job. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get 90 for all the tests. I was like, nah, why are you saying you're gonna get 90? Get 100, bruh. I was like, yo, this guy, he's killing me, bruh. Like, he's making my confidence, he's building it up even more. He's telling me, get 100, bruh.
To show you if you can get to 90.
If you can get to 100. And then he's like, he saw there was serious. Our group were actually kind of serious, man. So then we went on our first call. Yeah, after the everyone passed, like people got like 87, 86, but he accepted it. He's like, nah, since I saw you guys, you're hard work and you guys are really serious about this, it's fine, man. I'll let you guys through, because this is a real test. Today is a real test. So he put us on a live call, and I was the second person, right? After I heard other people's calls and rejections, right? So this is like the proper test for me, because like this man just went on a call. They rejected him. They like gave him like hardcore rejection.
While you're listening to those rejections,
now
how can I use this person's rejection?
Yeah. So I'm learning from this person now, right? I learned like, man, that man went in too hard, man. Okay, so I'm gonna go in a bit soft. So then the next person, the next person also got rejected because the person didn't trust, man. Didn't want to send an ID number. See, over. So I was like, okay, this person they didn't trust. Yeah, they didn't trust him. So I also have to make a way to trust.
Your first initiative is firstly to get that person to trust you. So that when you are asking for like that kind of personal information,
exactly,
that person can be fully equipped on what they're getting themselves into.
Exactly. So if it was a different person, they could be looking at that call, those two calls, like, yo, that guy just got rejected. Yo, what about me? Yo, am I gonna get rejected? Instead of trying to solve, like, okay, this guy, I was trying to learn, like, this guy flopped there, you flopped there, right? It's my turn, so I'm gonna make sure that I don't flop at these two places. Maybe let's flop somewhere else so I can learn from there too. I went in, I killed the first three. Actually, I actually killed the call, right? But the first three lines, like, I killed it. Like, I told this person, yo, this is Buhle calling from this company. There's a new law savings plan, but people are hearing this new word. They're hearing these words, man, and it's sweet. The people that's listening to my call now everyone's like, hey, yo, you listen to this guy. That was good. I was like, okay, cool. I learned from that guy's mistakes. Remember that. I learned from his mistake. Then it was sweet. I got the person's trust, right, over the call. And then I got the ID number. Now, once I got the ID number, right, there at that place, if you got like your first sale that day, and then like you're gonna get paid 100, and then you might just get your contract too at the same time. So like everyone was like, hey, this person might just get his job now. The first person to get his job. But then the person was already in, the system. Yeah, so I didn't get my contract. Unlucky. But I did get my call confirmation though. So yeah, man, by learning from other people's mistakes and not like over like not ripping too much, man, on people's failures, it got me far, man. Actually getting quite far in my first week. Actually, confidence, that was a confidence booster, and I needed that, so people shouldn't
and that
trip.
Thing of entering a space where now you're seeing people that are going to challenge you. Now, because when I came into the call center work environment, a totally different story, because I was thinking I need to flex on how I'm good. I forget even the main initiative, but then once I started to be like, dude, you are here to pass information, and the most important thing is this person needs to trust you, because I understand based on skepticism and and what's happening, scams. Consider all those things and you let them drive you. Then your end result is always going to be poor, bruh.
When they say when you get there, when you get to work, your mind management, your state of mind has to be, you have to be confident once you step, like you have to be a happy person once you get there. You're not gonna get there and be like, yo, yesterday I didn't have any calls. Today I'm also not, might not have any calls because of yesterday. No, I want you to go there. Yesterday you failed. Tomorrow you're coming there telling yourself, I'm gonna get 20 today. I'm gonna get 50 today. I'm gonna get paid 20,000 by the end of this month. They want you to do that, and that's what I like. That's that positive beliefs. Like if I had a place to stay, I would go stay there because of all that confidence that's been throwing at me. I would feel like I can do I feel like I could fly. I'd jump off a building and then just start flying.
Environments like that,
yeah,
that are not crippling our confidence.
And I'm the youngest there, but my confidence level is just shot off the core. So age does not matter.
It really doesn't
age
matter. And
doesn't have anything. You can be a business
look
person
at that part, bruh,
12.
In other instances, your confidence can even make others threatened.
Yeah.
You can threaten others,
Other
right?
people
It's like
with
you
confidence.
raising insecurities in other people, but that's the name of the game here. You are here to improve on you, and too many times we would have loved to compromise, but where would that have gotten us? Where would that really have gotten us? And if you are interpreting things a different kind of way, there's for seeing another person succeed and then for you to belittle yourself, because I have placed an importance on this. Let's look at the people that we're so jealous of his success here, and let's spend time, the amount of time that we could have spent on being jealous on that person. How about we start becoming investigators of seeing the ins and outs, and when you get to a result with hardcore evidence, because you have put in the time to find out the ins and outs of this person, and you find, no, this is not what I was jealous of. Sometimes we are threatened by things that don't even exist there.
That don't matter.
It's
Also
false evidence
don't
appearing
matter.
real, and things that really don't matter. Where are they going to take us? Instead, we are inviting misery. I don't know who said this, but they said, stand guard at the door of your mind and make sure that each and every thought that comes in and out, you pay due diligence to. It means you must pay attention to your thoughts. Anything that is going to ruin this movement, because you are going to condition yourself to think, if I have a certain amount of money, then I'm going to be this happy. You find that the moment you have that amount of money, all these people start to show their true colors. Gandhi, if when you didn't have that money, you could have spent it on working on yourself so that you can see through people's intentions. Because uyambona umntu who has not worked on themselves. You can see umntu who's coming with deceivingness and so on, because you are in touch with who you are. The universe is a funny way of taking you to places where you're supposed to go. You are supposed to see those things, and those people are drawn to your energy.
Must learn also.
How important is that, dog? Not just we protect, but also detecting anything that is gonna mess up this mojo that you got going on. So
put that to the side.
It's a double-edged sword. It means you can't work on one side. As much as you work internally, you also have to physically fight.
You have to.
Instead of we have to fight them to show them I am intact with who I am, because that's the only way they know how to solve things. Who's saying I'm not practicing some form of karate or any forms of martial arts? Because I can have my fair share. What happens when your inner beast comes out? Who ends up being the fool? That's why I don't underestimate anyone. I'm very careful, dog, about who to piss off, because that one person learned could be that person embarrass you, dog.
Embarrass you.
Especially since I'm trying to be this conscious and aware person. I have a due diligence I have to pay to myself and my character, and that is at the same level, the same way the Almighty. He doesn't see you with the richest man.
Same level. That's Jesus. That's.
You see how conditional human love can be.
That's Jesus washing your feet. Jesus, Master, greatest God Almighty, but he was washing the disciples' feet at the last supper. See, that's something you can learn. Can be the best, but at least look at everyone at the same level. Treat people at the same level. Treat people with kindness. If you're a boss, no matter how big of a boss you are, treat everyone the same.
Because those people are also working out for your interest.
Exactly.
And I think that's the kind of corporate culture I want to bring into Galore 7 Media Group. Is the mere fact that I want people to understand that they are contributing to their own future, not just to the growth of this company. We need a platform where people can be able to be in an environment where they they can enhance their gift. Because too many of us, dog, we are not equipping ourselves with things that are going to grow us. We are in this loop that we're going to remain young forever. And we forget what we do as young people impacts us as adults.
That's that fun.
So if you're ignorant, a youngster, do you think when are you going to be a responsible adult?
No ways.
You're going to keep jailing yourself in within or confinements. And who's going to help you? You're going to have to help yourself. So when I take that responsibility, but I need to enhance me. I need to do better. It's not about when he wins on that day, they understand about he did better because he's practicing. And some of us, we can be jealous of a person because they practice and we don't. Because when the time comes where they have to perform on stage and that person brings their best, now it's their fault or they outshined and everyone loves them. Hell no, it's not. You need to go and do better. And that is the mindset that is always going to keep us going. Why? We don't see the fault in the person who wins. We see fault in us and how we can do better. Losing is only a way for you to do better, dog.
You have to lose. Nothing's perfect. Can't have a perfect road. Jesus didn't even have a perfect road. Come on.
And look at how many people are against him.
Come on. Like, yeah, I understand that people can be against Christianity and all that stuff, but I think the Bible is the Bible is a book of life, man.
Yeah, Holy Scriptures.
Yeah, it's a book of life. Like, if you wanna like learn how to be like a proper person and a full confident, kind and smart, wise person, Bible. The Bible will teach you to be humble. Bible can even teach you how to be rich if you read properly. If you understand the Bible, you can get rich. Because in the Bible there is a verse that says that you have to invest your money. Okay, let me put like invest. Put your money.
Interpret it the way that you.
Yeah, let me say put your money into the waters. Put your money into the oceans, which means invest your money into these businesses. Invest your money into the companies because it will come back to you. Invest your money overseas. Play with your money.
Things you don't know. Take risks.
Yeah, do those things. The money will come back. That's the Bible telling you
about how failures that have happened.
Exactly.
You're not wrong there in any instance.
Because Forex was something from back then. They had Forex back then, but it wasn't called Forex. It was something else. You see, and it was back then. People were getting rich off. But now it's just modified.
Yeah, and now it's become mainstream. Yeah. And now everyone wants to get on it because the information about it is out there.
And you should.
Yeah,
and you should. There's nothing wrong. You should get the right information.
This is a new revolution.
You learn.
This is another revolution.
The Bible says you should do it. People keep on asking, why prophets? They're so rich. Like the other prophet that passed away. God bless him. Our prophet that passed away a few months ago, Prophet Joshua. He passed away, but that guy was rich. He gave millions away to the poor. He made millions. He gave millions away to the poor. He has one of the biggest churches I've ever seen in my life. I haven't been there. On the TV.
He's got this thing called mega churches.
Yeah, he has a synagogue and it's big. And people would ask, how did this guy get his money? No, man, it's witchcraft. Some bad stuff, man, bad mouth. But they don't even know what is the scriptures in the Bible.
Exactly.
They don't know. They just judging it. They're just saying, this guy, he has witchcraft. He has what bad spirits? What? He's getting money through evil. You don't even know how he got that money, but you're just saying that he got that money that way. That's how we are today as human beings. If I become rich, super rich today, they'll say I have a snake in my backyard. They'll say I have a snake in my yard. And I came from the bottom. I came from the poorest place. And I'm super rich. You have a snake in your yard, so
there's witchcraft involved. There's the Illuminati or this. Everything now, conspiracy.
It's never that person. It's never that person's hard work. It's always the witchcraft. They don't see, no man, this person worked hard for his money. He worked hard for his money. He's driving that car because he worked for it. He deserves it. It's never that now. It's always witchcraft. Even if you're a musician, it's still some type of witchcraft being played there. That's our mindset today. So the Bible, that's a way of life, man. The Bible, if you want to be rich, read the Bible. If you want to be a nice person, good person, you want to have a great heart, read the Bible.
I'm gonna take you up on that, bro.
Yeah.
Because now I've started to see the Holy Scriptures as something different.
Sometimes you must.
It's like manuals have been left
for us,
so that we can learn how can we enhance the time that we have upon this earth, bro. because we can argue about many things that separate us as human beings, but the main thing is the fact that we are all here to make things better. We can tackle all these issues, have human rights groups, but as young as we are, it's important for us to involve ourselves in something that we want to see a part of, because we don't want to continue this culture of our parents living in our own backyards and doing all this kind of thing, and our parents convincing us, take that job, take that work experience and so on, and they not even paying attention to the things that we are learning. But you are learning Forex, I'm learning tech, I'm trying out this podcasting, I'm trying a lot of things out, but our parents are so fixated, dog, on how they succeeded, and they are not even in grips with how things are working now. You see, they forever want to stay conditioned, and then you find these kids who coming now with their gifts, they're innovating things, they are building their houses and so on. You see, now we need a connection, we need that understanding, because at the end of the day we need our parents' blessings to do whatever, but they also should let us figure things out on our own, so we can learn too. To a lot. You said something once about your mother, about the importance she plays, and how she is giving you opportunity for you to fail at some point. And sometimes, like I said, that stigma about you coming from a well-off home, there's this kind of thing, and people see what they want to see. But then when I started sitting with you and you can have this kind of conversation, like, dude, I didn't see this kind of way. Like, okay, you have this valuable relationship with your mom, but to someone else, their mind will be so fixated on he's living underprivileged. I don't care. Things are nice for you. He has a mother. He wants this. He can get this. He wants this. You can get this. You see what you get from a fixed mind. You don't see the entire picture. You see what you want to see.
One thing I also realized when I'm talking to someone, like saying this person, spoiled, he can get whatever he wants. Oh, once you look at that person's life, that person wants a relationship with his parents, and he's not getting that because his parents is too busy doing this, his parents is too busy doing that. This person doesn't even know when it's his mother's birthday, but he has all these things. He has a PlayStation. Maybe he doesn't want all these things, but he wants a relationship that you have with your mother.
The genuine relationship.
I
might not have even a lot.
But you have a family. You have someone that can tell you, Buhle, I love you, my boy, and all that stuff. But
have you eaten? Have you done
you see someone to look after you. Exactly, that's small things. That person that's a spoiled brat, he might not even have that. His parents come and tell him that he loves him and all that stuff.
Maybe they shower him only with just money.
You see, because that's what the parents know. That's what the parents, it's all about money in their head. Life, it's not just perfect like that, man. See, that person can be spoiled, but in the inside, he's broken. You see, because
I kind of also had a reflection moment of what I went through high school. But I sat a lot with people who had very good family structures. Like I had good friends who had to welcome me into their home, and when I saw how solid their family foundation was, these people are looking out for one another, and I came from a totally opposite home. I had to beg for my mom's attention only because I was so centered on what is this woman doing, instead of also trying to understand that she was also going through a lot. But when I started being like getting a taste of what, okay, there's a different side of family, there are people who care about one another. Just because you are doing things in your family that other people don't agree with doesn't mean that you should turn against your own family and, okay, you've decided to go this way, so continue that kind of way. I remember my matric year being with one of my friends' grandmother, bruh. Oh, that woman, she loved me like I was her own, bruh. And she always used to ask me, how's home and so on. And there's this one time I just sat with her, but I just couldn't contain my feelings, and I told her, Makulu, you have shown me something I've never ever thought I'll see. I feel like I'm part of this family, and I think this was important for you to show me this. I think this is the Almighty trying to strengthen me, because straight after my matric year, her grandson, my friend and former classmate, gave me an opportunity to get my first ever working job ever in my life, selling sneakers. That's how my love for computers got kickstarted. I bought a computer with my first paycheck ever, bruh. I worked from end of November up until Christmas Eve, and I got a paycheck, bruh. First paycheck, bought a computer, and went home, bought clothing for my sister. And that is where my love was kick-started from. And I just think about these things that certain people we meet in our lives, they stay with us forever. They literally stay with us forever. Even when I went to the bush and came back as a man, same grandmother was here, making sure that I had blankets. I had this, bruh. Long years after I was no longer there. That's why I'm saying my mom, bruh, she's smiling at me. She still is. Because she got to see a lot of things in which I know she wished that before she could pass on, she could see. She lives in my heart and also in my mind, because when I meditate, I ask her energy. My mom, Fetu, was always considerate about the end result. As much as she was a flawed being, everyone is. We all have our mistakes. But at the end of the day, you cannot erase what someone has built their entire life. Just because it has broken down doesn't mean that person never was that. But it just shows, Fetu, when we break down, it's important for us to have people who are gonna raise us up.
Always.
Especially our family, Fetu. And sometimes our family can be our biggest obstacle. And if it means we must stand on our own, we stand on our own. They should get the message that when I'm stronger, I can also help you. Because there are those family members who are glad that you're not strong. But once you do, they get jealous.
Strong,
because they understand that they're not going to get a piece of your success. I told every one of them now,
and then
stop
them
thinking
too.
you're entitled to my success.
Feed them
just
too.
because you are. Because at the end of the day, you are my aunt. You are supposed to look out for me.
Yeah.
The same way that I'm supposed to look out for your kids and so on and so on. I cannot take myself away from responsibility because I am not seeing eye to eye with you. What am I teaching myself? Because next thing, you in a few years are going to be gone. What am I going to be teaching your kids?
Oh, what are you teaching your kids?
Yes. So stop teaching your kids wrong stuff, bruh. Family, it matters.
It
matters, bruh. And I'm not here to trying to judge anyone because now I'm also going through something. But how about we just put our feelings aside? Too many people think the world revolves around them. It doesn't, bruh. We need a collective mindset to make things better. I can't be the only one pushing the lorry and everyone is pushing against the lorry. Just think about that. Hey, it's easy for everyone. What do you mean it's easy for me? Do you know anything about my life? Have you ever heard those conversations? Hey,
You've never
you have it easy.
Never even asked anything about your life.
You know how mad that makes me, Buhle? Because they don't see how hard you work. They don't see how you also doubt yourself.
They don't see your sweat and then they're here to eat it.
They don't know those days where
you're
passing by them, you have nothing to eat. You don't
you're
even know your next plan, what you're gonna do
to get that.
That he has it all figured out. You just don't live in your own world. If you're to Singabantu Nati, these things we are not immune to them.
People, come on.
We are not immune to them, but I can't keep you around if you're not strong-minded. The same way now, I don't want to be around you if you're not going to enhance me. Let's enhance one another, bro.
Stop being weak.
So that we understand when I come to him, I know he's going to tell it like it is. Now,
Not
nigga said that to me. He said he loves the fact that I tell him what I need to hear, not what I want. And we need to stop brushing each other's ego here. This thing of me brushing your ego, no. Buhle kak is kak, bruh.
Yeah, same time.
You know, you didn't do things.
Say it how it is.
You see?
Say it how it is. You're gonna be loved like that, man. It can't be.
At the end of the day, we didn't like him, but
yeah,
he was always himself.
And he was telling the truth. He was always honest. You know, that person can hate you, but he'll be like, I can trust you because you're an honest person and what, but I don't like you, but I can trust you.
Yeah. Those people, I can work with them.
Yeah,
I can work with those kind of people, bruh, because I know what they are capable of. So we are always in this game for a reason. Okay, so that we can move accordingly. And there's nothing wrong with you doing that. At the end of the day, you are gonna thank yourself further.
Always.
You will thank yourself further, dog. But thank you very much, man, for your presence, man. Always, we're gonna do a part 2 of it very soon. I just want you to grow, keeping patient with me. Now I'm also juggling a lot. I'm gonna get on the train. It's a constant everyday journey where you in battle with yourself. Like, okay, will I turn up? Will I be like this? Sometimes my emotions, they get the best of me because I know, but I still have work to do. But then I have to understand, I can't be caught up in my feelings. And some people are expecting me to raise their spirit. They say you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Arguably, I have had the grace and also the beauty to be in the presence of such a wonderful and also inspiring young person. This continues as we further ourselves into the concrete jungle. Thank you for lending your ears and also your minds and attention to this lovely and impactful episode. And until next time.